There is only a few places in Europe that have such a complicated history, like Kosovo, which is Europe's newest country that only gained independence in 2008. And until this day, it is not recognized by every country in the world. Today, you can see US American flags waving all across Pristina, the capital of Kosovo, a small mountainous country tucked away in the heart of the Balkans. After the breakup of Yugoslavia, Kosovo's Albanian majority pushed for independence, while Serbia tried to hold on to the region. Tensions quickly turned into conflict. In 1999, the United States backed NATO's air campaign against Yugoslavia, carried out without approval from the United Nations.
Our mission is clear: to demonstrate the seriousness of NATO's purpose.
The bombing helped end the war, but also fueled new ethnic divisions and claimed civilian lives. With strong US support, Kosovo eventually declared independence in 2008. But even today, not every country recognizes it, including Serbia, Russia, China, and Spain. Good morning to the bus station here in Tirana, the capital of Albania. From here, we're gonna take a bus to the capital of Kosovo, to Pristina. And the very interesting thing about Kosovo is that it is actually not recognized by many countries in the world, and especially not by Serbia. So Serbia views Kosovo as part of theirs, which means, according to Serbia and according to a lot of countries on Earth, this is actually going to be an illegal entry, what we're going to do today. By crossing from Albania into Kosovo, we're not entering Serbia on a legal route. So I'm very curious about how this border crossing is going to go. Before we go, let's have some breakfast. I just ordered some food. This is crepe, a savory crepe. Apparently that is a popular thing to eat here in Albania. So I'd say we're gonna try some savory crepe before we head to the bus in half an hour. So it comes with cheese, lots of cheese, tomato, mushroom. Cheers. Yeah, it's not bad. It's very Italian with the pesto, I have to say, but it's good. So far, I'm actually really positively surprised by Albanian food. Let's head to the bus now. The breakfast was really good. And this big pancake was only €3. Albania is really affordable so far. Plus, you could actually smoke inside there. That's a big culture shock for me right now, coming from Central Asia and Southeast Asia, where that's like a big no-no. But I guess we're back in Europe. In the bus. We are almost at the border. We're just having a little stop. We're on the road for like 2.5 hours by now. But we're almost in Kosovo. And look around, we're like in the middle of the mountains. The drive was super picturesque so far. And now we're really here in the Albanian mountains. Almost in Kosovo. Look at the mountains back there. You can even see snow all the way over there. So I think from here it's maybe like 10-15 minutes to the border. And then it's like 1.5 more hours to the capital of Kosovo. So fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly. So we're at the border now. A police officer just came in, collected all the passports. I don't think we're gonna have to leave, which is like super convenient. Wow, this was probably the easiest border I've ever crossed. We already got our passports back with a Kosovo stamp. Here it is. You can't see it very well. It's not very great, but this is my entry stamp into Kosovo. And now we're already on our way to Pristina. arrived to Pristina. This whole travel day took way longer than expected because the bus left an hour late. We had so many stops here in Kosovo to just like let people out everywhere along the road. But now I'm finally here, and look at what 30 euros a night gets you here in the capital of Kosovo. This Airbnb is super nice, and so far looking around, the city already looks really, really different to Tirana. But for today, I'm gonna rest a little bit, get some dinner, and then tomorrow we can explore together. Good morning to a beautiful day here in Pristina. As you can see, it is really cold. It is really cold. We have 11 degrees and it is October, early October. From what I know, I don't think these temperatures are normal for this time of the year. But we're gonna do this, we're gonna explore. I'm right here outside of my Airbnb in the city center. There's like a pedestrian street, so my Airbnb is located right in the middle of Kosovo's capital for 30 euros a night. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me, because in which capital city, in which European capital city can you get that price for an Airbnb right in the center? And I'd say we're gonna try to find some breakfast to start this cold morning. I just wish the sun would come out so that it gets a bit warmer. And you might think like, how is the cold so bad for me? Because I'm German, like I grew up in Germany. But the thing is, guys, like your body actually adapts so quickly to new climates. And these past 3.5 years of traveling, I spent most of my time in hot climates. That's why this is a big shock for me right now, being in this cold temperatures. I just found a cafe here. It does look slightly gentrified, but I'd say we're gonna try that out. Hi, is this Flia? So this cafe might look very gentrified, but it seems super popular. There are so many locals here. And we're gonna try some Kosovo börek first. This here is börek with cheese, and this here is very interesting. It's mantja. It's also with cheese, like you get it with different fillings. I think this is very interesting though, because it's almost the same name like manti, and manti you get in Turkey, it's this filled dumplings, but here mantja is these pastry things, these savory pastry things that come with a cheese filling inside. So let's try this. Cheers. This is really good, really good. It almost tastes a little bit fried, and it comes with this like cottage cheese here inside. I can really recommend this one. And now I also got a flia. That's it. It's basically layered pancakes with butter and I think some cream or something. And this dish here is from northern Albania and Kosovo, so here from the region. And I think it is usually eaten as a dessert. So I already had pancakes for breakfast yesterday, savory ones. Today we're gonna try this sweet pancake stuff. So cheers. So it's not really sweet. It's basically just layers and layers of pancake, very buttery, but not like sweet or anything. I would almost say it tastes a little bit boring maybe. I wish there was like some sugar or like some cream on the side, but it's not bad. So let's finish breakfast and then we can continue exploring the city. Cheers. I'm standing here in front of a very iconic building in Pristina. I am standing in front of the Library of Kosovo. And this building here is also one of the main suggestions when you look up what to see here in Pristina, because I don't think there is like too many things to see. It is not a very popular place for tourists. Not many people come here, but that makes it even more interesting for me personally.
This city gives me quite an Eastern vibe. You can definitely notice a lot of communist influences still. It's just like how the city is built in the buildings. There's like this random America flag over here on the other side of the road because people here in Kosovo do view the United States as their liberators. So Americans have a really, really good image over here. And here there's a little market going on the side of the road with like lots of nuts and peppers. Peppers are very important here in the cuisine from what I know. And here, right in the middle of this market, I found probably the most iconic statue here in all of Kosovo. We have Bill Clinton right here. And there's like really big banners of him up there. He seems to be somewhat like a national hero nowadays of Kosovo. The fact that they just have this Bill Clinton statue here right in the middle of the city is a bit ironic because Bill Clinton is definitely not the most famous president in the States, by far not. But here, people love him.
The statue of Bill Clinton was unveiled in 2009 to honor him for leading NATO's 1999 campaign, which helped end the Kosovo War.
If President Milosevic will not make peace, we will limit his ability to make war.
That intervention, however, remains controversial. Many have speculated that Clinton's decision was partly meant to divert attention from the Monica Lewinsky scandal, which had just come to light. Still, Kosovo's admiration for the United States runs deep, shaped by America's role in ending the war, rebuilding the country, and supporting its independence in 2008.
Guys, the sky has finally cleared up and the sun is out and it is so much more nice. It is actually warm, the sun is shining, and here on the side we have another America flag. So I think by now you can probably understand how much people here like the United States. And now that the sun is finally out, I'd say we're gonna continue exploring the city. After such a long time that I spent outside Europe, I really enjoy being back here in Europe and the European vibes. People here are incredibly friendly and warm. I learned that in Albania. Albania is so warm. The culture, it's so friendly, so welcoming. People here are very, very friendly too. I do think you see a little bit more of the Slavic influences though. I mean, people from Kosovo and Albania share the same ethnic background, but in general, people are a little bit more cold here compared to Albania, I would say, but still super friendly. And here we're at the Mother Teresa Square. Right here we have her statue because Mother Teresa is actually Albanian. Also a somewhat controversial figure, I want to say. I mean, she's like a saint now for a lot of Christians, but she also didn't really provide much help for people and just told them to pray harder in order to be cured from their sicknesses, and obviously that didn't really work. So when Kosovo was part of Yugoslavia back then, they were atheists, but not as strict as Albania. Albania was the first country in the world to be fully atheist, but nowadays there's a lot of religions here again. It's a predominantly Muslim country nowadays, but I did see a lot of churches here in Kosovo as well. And over here we have another flag of the United States blowing in the wind. There are just like so many America flags here around the city, and we even saw the Bill Clinton statue yesterday. That is definitely very, very interesting. I haven't really seen this in any other European country, but given the history of Kosovo, it does make kind of sense that they view the United States as their liberators, as their heroes, because in the end they helped them become independent. There's also another sign. So Kosovo is like some member of a United States organization, and it's just so interesting to see all these like signs of the American influence here and the view that people have of the United States. Here in Kosovo, you can even get your authentic American diners. I'm standing in front of a memorial that I personally find really, really important. It's the Heroinat Memorial, and it depicts a woman. So the memorial here of this woman is made out of more than 20,000 little coins, and it honors the more than 20,000 women during the Kosovo War that were abused by Serbian troops. There were horrific war crimes here in the country. The increase of war crimes between Serbia and Kosovo only really increased after NATO decided to intervene in the war. Before, there were like deportations, yes, but there weren't really like genocides happening. This only started happening after NATO decided, let's bomb Belgrade, let's bomb Serbia, let's end this war by ourselves without a UN mandate.
Violence had already begun in 1998, but when NATO started bombing on March 24, 1999, it escalated quickly. Serbian forces responded with intensified attacks on Kosovo Albanians. Within hours, thousands of people were forced from their homes. In the following weeks, hundreds of thousands fled or were expelled. Human rights groups later described it as a coordinated campaign by Serbian and Yugoslav forces carried out during the air war. While supporters say NATO's intervention aimed to stop mass abuses in Kosovo, similar to those seen earlier in Bosnia, critics argue it lacked a UN mandate and caused civilian deaths through its airstrikes.
And that is why NATO is heavily criticized nowadays, because I believe there would have been a peaceful solution. A peaceful solution would have been possible with diplomacy, and a lot of these lives could have been saved. A lot of these women could have been saved, but NATO decided otherwise. And even nowadays, in front of the sports center of Pristina, we can see the Kosovo and the Albanian flags blowing in the wind, because people here still view themselves as Albanian, which does make a lot of sense because they have a very similar ethnic background. But we're gonna dive a lot deeper in this whole history of Kosovo, of Serbia, of the Kosovo War in my next videos, because I'm planning on visiting some rural areas where you can see a lot of remnants of the war still, even nowadays. And right over here on the other side, we actually have a street art of Dua Lipa, because Dua Lipa is actually Albanian. Here in Kosovo, you also have your solar-powered benches provided by Germany. Damn, we don't have those in Germany. I think they give them all to Kosovo. To end this video, I decided to have some lunch at a traditional Kosovo restaurant and some wine too. I love how full they make the glasses here. That's definitely more than usual. So cheers. And we're gonna try something that is called peppers and cream. And it is a very traditional dish here in Kosovo and also in Albania. That here is it. So we have different kinds of cheeses, pepper, and ajvar, a paste that is made from peppers, I think with different vegetables. And we're gonna have it with this traditional bread. This is a huge bread, so I don't think I need anything else to eat today. I think I'm gonna cut it like a cake, because the traditional bread here has a texture like a cake. It's like a savory cake. Look at this. This is the bread. It's very like fluffy. And I love that it's freshly baked. It's like so warm and steamy still. So let's try it. This is the cream cheese here. Cheers. it comes together with the ivar, with this capsicum paste. Wow, this is really good. So first of all, I love the bread. It's so fluffy and it's so fresh from the oven. It's like so warm. And this cream cheese together with the paprika paste is like a really good balance. It's like really fluffy, the cheese, and like the ivar gives some spicy taste, like very flavorful. This is really, really good. So cheers. I just can't believe how good this bread is. This is really so delicious. And yeah, this is also the end of my video. Thank you so much for your support, and I really appreciate it if you watch this video until the end. Kosovo is a super interesting country with very friendly people and very good food, and I'm very excited to travel to some more rural areas this week, and I hope you're gonna join me for my next adventures here in Europe's newest country, Kosovo. See you again next Thursday. Bye bye. Cheers.